How's it going, guys? Specialty here. Today I decided to try something new on this channel again, this time in a form of an iceberg video. If you guys don't know what an iceberg is, it's essentially about a topic that people talk about. It could range from commonly known to obscure. For this iceberg in particular, I saw that no one has done this before and decided to take a crack at it. Today's topic is going to be about an infamous app, IFunny. If you've never heard of IFunny, you're blessed, but let's ruin that today. IFunny is supposed to be an app where you look at memes, pretty much it. That's all you're supposed to be looking at on IFunny. But as time flew by, it had progressively gotten worse and worse. Trigger warning for anyone that's sensitive to the following topics that I'm going to be discussing and listing right now. If you do have a weak stomach to any of these, I would suggest that you watch another video. Preferably mine though. I will be replacing words and shortening them, or just censoring them for the sake of this video, so that I myself will not get striked for anything that I say here or show. So since the people have left, for the following that has stayed, welcome to the IFunny Iceberg. Tip of the iceberg. Feature. Feature is the first thing that IFunny puts you in to look at memes of any kind. So it's the first thing on the sidebar that you look in the top left. But this is pretty well known by everyone that uses this app, essentially. There's nothing to really know about it, just that you look at memes, there's GIFs, or GIFs, or whatever you want to pronounce that, videos, whatever the case may be. If there's anything that you can really find on there, you're gonna find something like that. Chat. Chat was added a few years ago as a way to communicate with others who uses the app. It's just like any other social media like Twitter or Instagram. But the users would also use this feature to show others on their meme page scammers, or would do other things that isn't appropriate. There would also be other things involving chat. They would text and send sauce that we'll get to in a bit. So that's pretty much all the things that I can really list involving chat. It's pretty average. IFunny watermarks. Whenever you would save a meme on IFunny, it will leave an IFunny watermark on the bottom right of the meme. Most IFunny users would point it out and shame the users by mocking them for not cropping it out, even if they see a hint of that yellow smiling face. Sometimes it would also be satire, whenever they would just leave it in, but this isn't seen as such most of the time. Ads. This was added to IFunny and it shows itself in many ways. If you were to scroll to find the next meme, you could find it. It'll even show itself twice for whatever reason. You could even find it in the comments, which is very strange, but it's common to see on something like that on Twitter. However, it wasn't like this before. At one point in time, there were no ads on this app, and if you didn't update IFunny at all, it's still operational and no ads will show when scrolling. Russian app. Looking into this category, I couldn't find anything that involves the Russians buying the app or monitoring their users. If you go to the comments as well, there won't be any form or any hints of anyone that speaks Russian, just English. It's most likely just a joke that some users say, but ever since 2022, it pretty much died down. Body of the iceberg. Limited likes. Into the second layer, I can't give an exact input on when this occurred. What I can say though is that when the app first came out, you weren't able to like the memes infinite amount of times. If you liked too many memes, it would restrict you from liking anything else. This was changed a few years later, and now you can like as much as you want. Part of the ship, part of the crew. This is referring to the users in IFunny where once you download the app, you're a part of IFunny and that you'll never be able to leave. There has been jokes amongst this term, and people haven't said it in a long time, so oftentimes you'll get another phrase called part of the shit, part of the poo. Most users just make fun of each other for saying anything involving the phrase, so it just died down. Softcore P notifications. The rules on IFunny states that there shouldn't be any form of nudity or inappropriate posts on the app. If anything involving such is posted, it'll get taken down. This doesn't stop anyone though, and every night around 11, you'll get a notification on women in bikinis or underwear. It's very sexual in nature, and it pretty much just gets the majority to turn off notifications, When I was thinking about making this video, however, I wasn't sure if I was going to be up for the task, since I would probably have to find something referring to this. But then I immediately got the notification and I knew that this was going to be a bit too easy. I of course had to censor the image, if I could post it right here, but it's just a woman's ass in her bikini. Really weird shit. Wood. This one is kind of funny to me, since it has been spreading like wildfire. Essentially what this means is that if there's an image of a woman, whether it's a game or a celebrity, they would just put wood, meaning that they want to do it with that person. If you have the app and you find a woman from a game or an anime, go to the comments. Without a doubt, you'll find more than 3 people saying would. Collective. This is another part of feature, but for the unpopular memes or memes that were created. A lot of the times you will see very old Facebook memes or just low quality videos and GIFs. Now the reasons why I put this in the second layer isn't because it isn't as known as feature, but due to what is inside of collective. If you were to ask the users what you will find on this part of IFunny, many will say that you will find either P or people unaliving. At first, I wasn't sure if this was actually true back around my high school years, but one night I did go into collective out of curiosity, and although it isn't common, you can find something like this. So if you're using the app, I suggest not going to this part of IFunny. Reddit hate. It's like an ongoing battle between these two apps where Reddit hates IFunny or vice versa. IFunny would call the people on Reddit slurs that were in their vocabulary, or would just compare Reddit to disabled people. The funny thing about this is that most memes you'll find nowadays is either Reddit memes, 4chan memes, or TikToks, which I'll get into later. I found some comments that I'll put up right now, and I did make sure to cut out the names since the users on IFunny thrive on harassing or doxing others. Please don't harass anyone if you're on either side, whether it's Reddit or IFunny. It isn't going to make you look good, and you're just an asshole for hurting others over the internet. Bottom of the iceberg. Transphobia/homophobia. This is where things start to get kind of crazy and just weird in general. As the topic goes, a lot of the users are against anyone who are gay or just not straight in general. They would call them all sorts of colorful language and wouldn't consider them as people. Even if you dare to say who you are or put in your profile that you're not straight, you will usually get attacked for being who you are. It wasn't like this before, and I don't know what caused so much hate towards the LGBT community. They would spread news in IFunny about trans people causing harm in schools and how trans people shouldn't exist. These are clearly trolls and you shouldn't interact with any of them, but there are generally some people who are like this. It's still overall disgusting to see. I want to fuck accounts. I have no clue on when this started, but as the name goes, people who would name themselves I want to fuck and then add a character they like at the end of it. There's so many accounts involving these words, and ironically there's an account called I want to fuck accounts, but the most famous one you hear about from time to time is the user I want to fuck Ahsoka, which is a character from Star Wars, which I'm pretty sure I butchered really hard. I am not a Star Wars fan. P-bots. There is just a lot of these accounts that you'll find either in a feature or by searching for them. They're generally hated on, and from what I've heard, there was supposed to be a big deletions on these accounts, but there's still a lot of them floating around. What I can conclude with is that they're probably not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Furries. We all know what furries are, and just like the LGBT community, they're also hated on, but not as much as the rainbow people. Same thing is pretty much what I've already said in the transphobia topic, nothing else new to say here. TikTok hate. This one is pretty ironic because it isn't hated on as much anymore. Back when TikTok became more popular with memes and dancing was left in the past, users would start uploading TikTok videos onto IFunny. It wasn't taken lightly and would often be called cringe. Nowadays, people don't really care as much anymore, and people like Lol I Know, for example, is seen as someone who doesn't miss. He's pretty much a popular TikToker that IFunny likes watching due to his humor, and Lol I Know you can pretty much find on YouTube as well if you want to check him out. First meme on IFunny. I've seen it gone around IFunny here and there, but people at one point wondered what was the first meme posted on IFunny. Well, this is it. Apparently this flying chainsaw was the first meme to be posted. I don't think anyone knows on who posted this, but we now know what was on IFunny first. Derbigson. This is a popular artist that is well known in IFunny as the funny mime girls guy. People would either simp over the two mimes or say would, as previously stated. Derbigson, which I'm pretty sure I'm butchering really badly, in general is known as an NSFW artist that doesn't just post art of these mimes, but IFunny look at him as this amazing artist who wasted his potential on drawing P. I don't know if the artist knows about them being popular on the app, but if they do, I wonder how they feel about it. Sauce. Another word that's widely used on IFunny is sauce. You usually only see this under art, animes, or the inappropriate version of anime. It's referring to what is that thing that we're looking at and would want the P number to do research. Sure, research. Deep water. IFunny Meme Academy. This is old. I remember seeing this pop up frequently on IFunny when I was in middle school. I don't remember exactly what it is, but on his account you see the popular P star Mia Khalifa talking to the users. It isn't active anymore, I believe, since Mia quit adult acting, and that would pretty much kill off the account. I don't even know what was the purpose of this account. I don't even think she was teaching anyone anything useful. He's here. This is linked back to the I Want to Fuck accounts, but only to the one user I mentioned. Whenever a post references Ahsoka, even if it's on TikTok, someone would put the phrase, "he's here." This confused a lot of TikTokers as they didn't know what this phrase meant. It doesn't mean anything, just that the person running the account is probably watching the TikToker for a specific purpose. I don't know what the purpose is. It's in the name, so I guess that's the only thing we know. Jewish hate. Yeah, this certain group is just hated. I don't know why it started this hate mob at all, really, but it hasn't stopped and I doubt it will. I'm not sure on what else I can say about this, but just that people who are Jewish aren't favored on the app. Christianity against LGBT. I made this specific topic because whenever a person would post a clip involving a gay person or gay group, they would get bashed by people who would often use the Chad meme with a cross necklace. I think it's ironic because these are the same people who preached before to love thy neighbor, but now it's just a rapid hate train towards the LGBT community. Extremist incidents. This is where things get dark. There's been events where people of IFunny have threatened harm towards others and talked about hurting President Joe Biden. Just note that a lot of these users are incels when I start listing off people. On January 12, 2018, a 20-year-old man named Samuel Woodward was arrested for first-degree murder. Samuel was a neo-Nazi who stabbed another named Blaze Burstein, who posted a lot of insensitive posts like racism, and his viewers found out about it and still supported the murderer. One more incident I will get into is the event on August 16, 2019. A 19-year-old named Farhan threatened to hurt people at a women's health clinic and didn't back down on his threats. He even stated that his account was a satire. He will later then get arrested. The Abyss. IFunnyCon. The only info I can get on this is a meme referring to the location and date on when that con would start. I don't think the posts were real, and some of the users supported this with memes about it. There's not a lot I can find about this, but I think this would have been really weird if the con did happen. This was when IFunny wasn't in their racist era, so I guess it would have been not that bad. Death in feature. As the name goes, there has been times where the moderators in IFunny slip up and actually greenlight a user who posted actual people not living with us today. Hell, it didn't even have to be people, it would be animals as well. It's very rare to see something like this happen, but when it does, you are hoping for the meme to cut to another clip before seeing the dramatic event occur. CP. This is where shit really hits the fan. I was really deciding on whether or not if I want to include this, but when I found this Wikipedia about this incident, I felt like it should be included. On May 28, 2020, a 19-year-old named Alexander Tressman was originally arrested for carrying concealed weapons and was the main one to threaten the lives of our current president and Kamala Harris. It wasn't until they found on his phone CP where they added more charges to his arrest. The police found over 7,000 images and videos involving minors. It isn't known how long he's in prison for, but I hope it is a life sentence due to the horrific things he's glorified and justified. That's the end of this video. I hope that this somewhat interested you enough to where you guys can like and subscribe to my channel. This is something I put a lot of research into, especially since I've used this app for so long, so I knew about a lot about the things that has occurred. There were a few things that I'll probably get wrong, but it's not something that I can find that easily. But besides that, I do hope you guys stay safe, stay hydrated, and I'll see you guys next time.